Hey, my Shuga Bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, OGJackeeNicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, let's get to the commentary, where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much, because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo?
Welcome black. You are tuned in to the Bougie AF channel. This is your girl OGJackeeNicole, where I say stay bougie on them, and I'm serving you feminism for the soul. Don't forget to check me out on them people's Instagram at bougieaf_ish, then also on Twitter at I'm _bougie_AF. So listen, let's get into it. So y'all know I like to do a little intro, tell you a little something about what I'm hearing and seeing what the conversation is out there. Let me bring up real quick. Let me bring up my Twitter. There's always a little something I'm on Twitter looking at. And then we're going to get into doing us a little Instagram scroll on. But I have a few things saved that I did want to talk about. So let's see. Shout out. I also want to say shout out to the DAs and the police departments that are putting it out there how these niggas are snitching, that are putting it out there, like, especially in terms of like Tory Lanez. Shout out to the DA for really releasing those phone calls. I don't care how they got to the internet. I'm just happy that they got there. Shout out to the people in Chicago who are releasing, members of OTF who's been snitching and releasing the videos. And I believe that this is what this is. This gentleman in this picture that you see on the screen, I believe he's a member of OTF or something like that, and he snitched. And so when you see that person got a burger and some fries and some soda, he talked to them peoples, right? I think it's really important. I think it most definitely puts things in full perspective. To these young kids who think that, yo, that's my nigga, he'll never tell on me, and we in this forever. To really get to see how niggas and people are for themselves, and when it gets boiled down to it, if a nigga have an opportunity to get over, or to get away with something and push you down, like, this is what happens, and I'm all here for it. I think it was really dope too. Even in the YSL trial, I think it was the judge. He had made some speech, and he was talking to, I think it was like co-defendants, and he was telling them, do not talk to anyone about this case. Just don't talk to each other. Like, just don't. And it gets back to me. And it was so funny because the judge, I think he has an interesting sense of humor. He says, as you know, people do tell. And this is the judge on the YSL case, and it was like, yeah, we know, nigga ain't gonna. Niggas do tell, so most definitely. So I'm here for it. I think it helps, help kids realize, like, it's not what you think. People tell. Okay. I like this guy. I haven't watched this one yet. So, but what I'm gonna do, I'll come back and probably. His name is Matthew Cook. He does a really great historical breakdown of like things of like the Constitution and laws, and he has a great understanding on socially how these laws and how they've socially played, how they socially have what am I trying to say, how these laws have impacted the country. And he did a great breakdown of the Second Amendment, and I thought it was really, really dope. So please check him out. His name is Matthew Cook. I enjoy him. I think he's kind of sexy. I cannot lie. I think he's kind of sexy. Okay, so this is another one. Like, what is this? As y'all can see, we got this bozo ass chick. Now, I'm at the conclusion now that people are doing a lot of shit to go viral. And you know what will go viral at this point. And so as you can see, there's a woman who's greeting with them problems, but you have this woman greeting. We don't even know if it's her husband. All we have for a caption is, if I'm paying all the bills. This is a man sharing this, and this is what he expects in terms of like what he expects to meet you at the door. And this is why, women like this, go get a job. Like, this is This is disgusting. There's no way a man should require all of this just because he pays the bills, right? You play a role whatever y'all decide is the dynamics or what your relationship will be like. But this is just extra. Now, if you're doing this because you're planning something sexy for the night and you want to cater to your man, go for it, sis. I'm here for it. But where this is a part or he has an expectation of like this is what it means to be a man, this is gross. This is disgusting. Yeah, this is really gross. And that's why I say when I hear people talk about like feminism or women nowadays don't do this, I women not all women subscribe, right? um but you don't have to be a feminist to know like this is degrading. Why does it need to be filmed? Like I'm trying to understand like what's the point of this messaging, right? A man and a woman's going to come together and they are going to be a perfect fit for each other, and whatever that is, right? Like if she chooses to do something like this, that's fine, right? It's not even that's fine, but it's just really weird that it has to be filmed because like what exactly are you trying to put out there, right? We cater to our partners. Everybody caters within their relationships differently, right? I don't know, this is gross, but let's see what the comments have to say. Someone said not pregnant though, laugh out loud. He hard on a bitch. That's that pimp shit. If you paying all the bills, you can't take your shoes and jacket off. Yikes. Crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna just pay my own shit because I gotta do this. I'm pregnant. That's brazy for real. Exactly. Loyalty. Someone said. Don't forget the video ended with her putting his apron on him and him washing the dishes. Exactly. So like I said, there was context missing. If that's the dynamic in their relationship, he caters to her, she caters to him, and this is what works. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm here for that. There's nothing wrong with this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. This is their shit though. This is how they have set up their relationship, right? So I didn't see this video. I seen just the first one. Now the first one just was like, what, girl? Why'd you have to get on the knees? Like it was just weird. But okay, I mean that's y'all doing y'all thing. I'm with it. So I think that's super super dope. That's however they have their shit set up. I just know she Latina. Only those queens know how to treat their husbands like this. You'll be lucky if black women makes you a cup of coffee in the morning. Well, that's not what Joe Budden said about Sin Santana. He said she was lazy and she wasn't cooking and cleaning. That's what he said. So I mean, each his own. Um, y'all try to glamorize other women's and other cultures, but it just I don't understand. Like they believe in y'all and or they be fucked up. So I don't. But people are people. Stop trying to say that like other type of women are better than other women. They also be fucking around a lot though too. Y'all don't talk about that. She feed him too, cause that's just the beginning. Seem like her job starts when he get home. Greeting a man at the door is one thing, but this is a lot. That's a lot. That's disgusting. Wouldn't be upset if she cut his throat one day. And that's a man. Dominic Day get like what? Like what? Yeah, I didn't see the rest of the exactly. We didn't see the rest of the video at the beginning. I did not. Mamba out. No, because most of you under the sound need to stand the fuck up. Exactly. Like, cause there's not a lot of men who are holding it down like that. Like, I don't even understand. Like, that's crazy. Now, I might meet Shannon Sharpe at the door. I might meet him at the door. Yes, God. For women wondering why she is catering to her man while being 6 months pregnant, read Epiphyses 5:22-23. No, I'm not reading that. It's like people want to quote you the Bible and just forget like there's more than one verse in the Bible, right? So like it just is what it is. Like stop trying and picking and choosing. This is my problem with the Bible thumpers. Y'all pick and choose and move it around and copy and paste and just apply shit where you want. This is clearly dom slash sub relationships. It has nothing to do with builds. Exactly. You think after 250 years of slavery, black men wouldn't want to enslave women, but nah. And are we sure he's black? Like, I don't even think he's black. So that's the other thing. I hate when like people just put shit just like on black people, because I don't think this is a black man. Let me see. No, that's not a black man. So like, it is what it is. Like maybe that's culturally something that they do. I don't know. But stop like always trying to assign shit to black people. Like it's just weird. If she's happy, I see nothing wrong. Some people are device oriented and happily serve their partners. Yes, and that's true. Some people are just like that. And again, if she feels respected within her relationship and she doesn't feel degraded, it's really not anything that we can really say about it. But at the same time, I again, when you start putting things out on the internet, I'm just trying to understand, like, what are you trying to show the world? Like, you have this like weird control over somebody, and that's weird to me. Oh, this is dope. And then we're gonna go ahead and get into the topics that I wanted to talk about. So here we go.
This country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. Tilled this land from sea to sea to sea. First it was rice, tobacco, sugar cane. Then Whitney did his thing and cotton became king. And we were its soldiers, 4 million strong, fighting for America's freedoms, even though we remained America's slaves. Built this country. The descendants of slaves continue to build this. Slaves built this country. And we, the descendants of slaves in America, have earned reparations for their suffering and continue to earn reparations every moment we spend submerged in the systemic prejudice, racism, and white supremacy that America was founded with and still is not atoned for. Slaves built this country. Not only field hands, but carpenters, masons, blacksmiths, musicians, inventors built cities from Jamestown to New Orleans to Banneker, Washington. 40 acres and a mule. We'll take the 40 acres, keep the mule. We made your families rich. From the southern plantation heirs to the northern bankers to the New England ship owners, the founding fathers, former presidents, current senators, the Illuminati, the New World Order. Slaves built this country. We had Tubman, Turner, Frederick D. Then they say Lincoln freed the slaves. But slaves were men. And women. And only we can free ourselves. Emancipation is not freedom. Jim Crow, segregation, redlining, public schools, feeding private prisons, where we become slaves again. As we celebrate Juneteenth for the umpteenth time, our account is still outstanding. Because this country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. And we demand our 40 acres and a mule. About that, you can keep the mule. Keep the 40. We're taking our freedom.
I don't know about to keep the 40. Send me my fucking check. And that's on pronto, ASAP, and all of that. Shout out the Proud family. Like, when I say there are so many different ways of learning, there is so many different ways of learning. Like, I am someone who's always going to advocate. I told y'all, was it PBS or PBG in Boston, WBGH and stuff like that were always very instrumental in my learning process. Like, early cartoons was very instrumental. And I think, even looking at my niece and the stuff that she watches, you can find things that can teach your children. So I'm here for it. I thought this was super, super dope. As you can see, it says here, this is a scene from Disney Plus Kids cartoon called The Proud Family. Check it out. I watched The Proud Family when it was on a few years back, even though I was like older, but I still watched it because, you supported the main character. And I just want to say shout out to them. They did their thing with this. And this stuff like this is really important because when you have, what's his name? Ron Santos or DeSantos and, them people's Florida, and he's going about with trying to take, information and things like what's, being taught around reparations, in terms of like what has happened systemically with black people in this country out of textbooks and stuff like that. It's sort of like, you know what, Ron, let's go ahead, let's play this game, right? You may think you can control the narrative within the schools, but you cannot control Hollywood and you cannot control what we put out in terms of form of entertainment, right? So people are going to get the information. But someone like this governor in Florida is not what this country needs at all. He is purposely participating with, omitting information. And for me, that's disinformation too at the same time, right? When you omit something, that's still a lie. So when you omit information or, sorry, y'all. If you omit information from textbooks to me, you're lying. You're lying and you're participating in disinformation. So for me, he is part of the problem. For me, he's not what we need. I really hope he does run for as a Republican nomination. So that way he cannot be voted in. Like, we don't vote for his ass. But yeah, so it was so funny. This person I shared this post from, it says in wokeness, blatant anti-white propaganda. Like, yeah. So to talk about our experience for a lot of people, or to educate about what's happening between what's happened for what's happened against Black Americans is somehow, some way anti-whiteness. Like, and that's not what it is. If to tell the truth is to be anti-white, then that doesn't even make sense. It just is what it is. It's a part of the history, and it has to be taught. So, right. All right, so let's get into the different things that I wanted to talk about on the Instagram, right? So my first story, I'm a little conflicted, right? As someone who does our own channel, I know it's our job to talk about things and, be provocateurs in a way, be kind of extra, I guess, be kind of messy, be really with the shits, right? So I came across this clip of Claudia Jordan, Lunel, and they were discussing the mean girls in Hollywood and the different experiences that they had with people. And so I'm going to play you this clip. This is Neighborhood Talk. So Gabrielle Union is being talked about. It's Lunel, it's Claudia Jordan, and it's Jason Lee is interviewing them. So let's go ahead.
If you're watching this, I think you should come on the show and talk about it.
She ain't gonna come on this show and talk about having issues with everybody.
Well, maybe because she did publicly speak about it at a luncheon with all of Black Hollywood. Like, Black female Hollywood was in the audience.
I remember that. The Essence event.
Yeah, and we were all there, and we were all like...
But she didn't own up to what she did to you.
She
I
actually...
mean,
What did she do?
first of all, it was so insignificant to her that she would never even remember it. But it was really up to me. Think like a man, 1 and 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
Terrence J?
No.
Lola?
No.
Taraji?
No. I mean, well,
Really?
Hollywood's not a friendly place sometimes.
sometimes.
And
But you know, like Claudia's in the clique. She's
No.
like in the no.
they don't me.
Yeah, but you're in that beautiful girl thing.
But they don't...
I am like an outskirt type chick.
They don't with me. They don't... I'm not in that clique. They don't me. I don't... They're not calling
Yeah,
me...
they don't with you.
Not
They don't.
Taraji, though. Taraji's nice.
She cool, but I'm not... Like, I'm not...
You're not in that circle.
Yeah, I'm not in the circle. Like, when I see Taraji, when I see Lala, I love Lala. I love Taraji. Like, no shit. There's nothing shady with them, but I'm just not in the...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
There
not,
is a clique.
Little
Yeah,
shade.
yeah, I'm not in that. Gabrielle, I'm definitely not in with her.
But what did Gabrielle do to you? But what, are you afraid to share the stories? Are you guys afraid?
No, but like, you know, I'm about to be 50, and like...
Who wants the bull? Who wants the who wants it?
Like back in 1998, you did this with my, you know what I mean? Like, Gabrielle Union, if you're watching this, I think you should come on the show and talk about it.
She ain't gonna come on this show and talk about...
My thing is, right, when you are calling somebody out and you are suggesting things or implying things that they may have done something to you, and this is not me gonna take up for Gabrielle Union. She most definitely talked about some of her past behavior, her being a mean girl and stuff like that, and doing really kind of shady, treacherous, kind of sleazy shit behind even other women's back. And we all know that Dwayne Wade was still married when she met him. So I'm not even trying to imply that Dwayne was cheating on his wife with Gabrielle. What I will say, I think it did come out that she was eyeing him in terms of like she was like allegedly crushing on him, wanted to get next to him, and like, you know, she kind of went after him, and he was married, right? Still doesn't mean that Dwayne was cheating on his wife, because I do think they may have been separated, right? And there was just a lot going on. But for her to even to admit that she was like kind of keeping her eye on this married man that she ended up dating before his divorce, it was final. It's kind of sleazy, kind of grimy, kind of dirty. With that being said, I'm a Gabrielle fan. Like, just to be clear, I really am a fan of hers. Back to Claudia and Lunel, right? And these are both women, especially Lunel. I respect the fuck out of Lunel. She is amazingly funny. I find her to be real as fuck, right? So I was really kind of disappointed because my whole thing is, and like Monique says, like, nigga, keep that shit on the playground if you're not going to full-heartedly address my ass, right? Like, don't imply shit, don't sneak around it, don't tiptoe around it, come all the way out with it. And I think when I listen to this interview, we're still stuck here like, okay, what happened? What they do? Like, y'all putting people's names out there, y'all saying they this, they that, but y'all won't address it. So my whole thing, address it, right? Don't do shit that makes it look as though you're clout chasing, or do shit that is going to have this weird energy of exchange or back and forth between you and Gabrielle, which you're gonna reap the benefits of it, because people are gonna come check you out on Fox Soul. You know what I'm saying? Or don't address me and act like you way above shit that happened like 20 years ago, but we 20 years later addressing it, right? So you're not above it. You're not above talking about things, and shit still bothers you and matters to you if 20 something years later, or whatever the years are, we're having this conversation. Like, call a thing, but what you won't do is try to make it seem like I'm a certain type of way and you're way past it, but you want to put the feels out in the air so everybody can, know what it is. Like, no. There's two sides to a story. And being an objective person, you have to say, okay, I mean, I hear you, Claudia, right? I hear you, but we also know about some things about you that you have said some really fucked up shit. Many people look at you as a colorist, and we know what you implied about Jamie Foxx, right? Like, don't be implying shit. Either be that bitch that says that shit, or shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Can't nobody defend nothing, and you ain't really saying nothing. You just implying shit. Shut the fuck up before somebody really do see you, because that's crazy to me that you can go around applying all this shit about people and then act like, I'm too grown, I'm about to be 50. Well, then act your age. And if you over something, you over something. Period. That's all I got to say about that. But Lunel, I don't know if I'm used to you like rolling like that. Like, if you were going to address the mean girls and call that shit out, if you were going to say people's name, call that shit the fuck out. And the other thing, and this is why I said, as a feminist, it's not all what y'all think. All women are not in community with each other, right? And so stop telling women that they have to just support the next female, or y'all should be like sisters, because it ain't like that out here. In like real fucking life, though, it ain't like that out here. So we have to be completely honest with that. And I think this is another example. But let me see what my co-hosts in the comments have to say. All right, wait. All right, so wait, y'all. Let me fix it. All right, so here we go. So this is, I don't know, Jarrell. I'm lost. Not discrediting their hurt at all, but Gabrielle has came out and came out and said several times she was a mean girl because she was unhappy with herself. So why rehash it? I feel Jason was digging for an exclusive. I don't feel Jason was digging. As an interviewer, if you open up the door a little bit, I'm going to walk through it and explore it. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. Be inquisitive, ask questions and stuff like that. So most definitely don't feel like Jason explored. Don't bring something to the table. Don't bring something off the, playground and then think I'm not going to ask about it. Then what you bring it up for? So, no, I don't agree at all. All right, so Claudia Jordan. Whoa, these comments. I was asked about her. Kept it very cute and didn't trash her. And y'all in the comments, I still found a way to make me wrong. Can't win with y'all. You have to you have to answer questions in a goddamn interview, or it's not an interview. You try to be classy and give something and keep the shade to yourself, and y'all still mad. What do y'all want? Y'all refuse to get to know the real me and my heart. I'm not always fucked up, wrong, or messy. Y'all. I'm just a misunderstood straight shooter with a very dry sense of humor. I can understand that. That's my in the clip. I don't think clips. It's just clips, not clicks. Okay, very dry sense of humor. That's not in the clips. that some of y'all want to punish for the rest of my life for 2 missteps. Slash mistakes already addressed and apologized or for years ago. Stop it. It's so exaggerated and such a misrepresentation. Those that know me know. Okay, so this is what I'll say. She says that she was asked the question. And again, I still don't blame Jason Lee for asking her any questions. But what I will say, as somebody who's been in position like interviewing people, it is your job to be knowledgeable and informed about different things that have happened, right, in the industry, and be able to ask questions, right, that are juicy, right? There's no denying Jason Lee would love to be in a position to be like someone like the next Wendy Williams, right? Call it what you want. When you sit down with certain interviews or in general, you're on these podcasts and stuff like that, you have to know that people have done their research and they're going to ask you questions. Now, there's a reason I love me some Beyonce down to the fucking ground, right? I love me some Mariah Carey down to the fucking ground. But there's a reason why we have such iconic one-liners from Mariah Carey's interviews when you ask her about somebody, who's that? Right? Like, she's so media trained and tight with it. She knows not to let you open that door for her. Like, I'm not letting you walk me into something with another bitch. Who is that? Right? That's literally where I get my, that's why I ignore you bitches on Clubhouse. Because Mariah, like, who are you? Like, what? Like, that's what you gotta do, right? And so, again, I'm not faulting Jason Lee. I think Claudia could just be like, I'm not going there. I know you know, and it is what it is. Let's move on. But my problem was the way she tiptoed and implied, and she halfway put it out there, so that way she can fall back and be like, oh my God, I was asked. I didn't say that much. I didn't trash her though. Yeah, but you did though. Like, you most definitely left a lot out there to be implied, right? So I don't know. Like, I hear you, Claudia. She says she's apologized for some things she said in her past. She has a really dry sense of humor. I get that because I'm the same type of way, right? So maybe she is trying to grow as a person and all the other stuff. But I do think that you and Jason have a relationship and that he was quite aware, or you've answered this question for him off air, and he just wanted it to be brought out into the public. So he was trying to prompt you to bring it out. That's what I truly believe. I don't think he knew anything about Lunel, but I most definitely think he knew about you. And you seem to be out here interviewing and, you know, allowing yourself to be asked questions. That's the other thing, right? Are you putting yourself in positions, or are you telling people before the interviews, don't ask me this and this and that. Don't ask me about nobody. Keep it strictly on what I got going on. I got my show, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're not. Like, you're playing the media game just like everybody else. So, I don't know. I don't know if I feel bad for her in that sense, but she's about to be 50. Damn, these new age 50-year-olds look good as fuck. She most definitely does look good. There's this old, from back in the day model that Claudia Jordan looks exactly like. Like, you would think she's like Claudia Jordan's her doppelganger. I forget her name. I think I got her picture saved. But Claudia Jordan's a beautiful girl. She said it. She said this herself, but she also has been doing the work to change for the better. We should at least acknowledge that. I agree. We should most definitely acknowledge that. Sometimes closure is needed, and for you in your journey, has nothing to do with an apology. Since I coached Gabrielle through this time, I'd love to talk about it. Oh, that's what's her name? AJ from House Party. I remember. I think she's like a life coach and stuff right now. I'd love to talk about it. Yeah, I mean, closure, it is what it is. I know for me, like, even in my personal life and people who have done some things to me and stuff like that, it's not about the apology. But even in talking about it, it's my shit, right? Like, I own it as something that is a part of my life. And I have license over it in terms of being able to talk about it. So I'm most definitely not saying that Claudia or Lunel cannot talk about, you know, things that they have experienced. I think it's really important to actually be honest about it, because it can dispel this whole notion that all women or all black women or black Hollywood is in sync and supporting each other, when that's a fallacy, right? That's like, be realistic. Like, if you want to get into Hollywood, just understand all that sister girl kumbaya shit that you see on them screens ain't really what it is behind the scenes. And somebody's not being invited to the party. Somebody's not being looked after for, and doors are not opening for certain people if they're not in certain cliques. You know, I was listening to real quick, and we're gonna move on. I was listening to it was this, I'm gonna post it, and it was Naomi Campbell, and she was talking about the sisterhood she found early on in modeling, and it was like these two white girls, and they became like best friends. And she said it was really dope. She was like, yo, they looked after for me. She was like, to the point that if you booked them, they said you had to book me. Like, there was just no way. And she said, and that really, really was the, ignited her career. And it's making me think as I'm talking right now, what's going on, because I pay attention. Y'all be out here. Lola Brooke and Billy B, in terms on that song, Don't Play With It. And Billy B feeling as if though, our song is blowing up and it's been out for over a year, but it really has been caught on fire the last 6 months. Lola is, skyrocketing. I really think she's the truth. Like Lola can spit. Like I was sitting back like, yo, she's like the female, for me, very much like the female, what's his name? Pop Smoke. Like just really like gave me that 50 Cent vibe. Like I love that gutter New York type shit. And just to hear a female talk like that is just dope. Like even like I had to compare, Foxy Brown used to talk like real gutter like that. So really, really, really feeling what she's doing. But long story short, there's a song. Billy B is featured on Lola Brooke's song, Play With It. I hope that's the name of the song. Billy B feels some sort of way because there's been performances and opportunities that she could have had through Lola with performing even the song, even if it was just talking about New York, right? And she feels as though Lola, hasn't, extended that to her because, what ends up happening when you want to be the one, you don't want nobody else around you. You don't want nobody else around you who could be possibly take your shine. So what ends up happening is that you don't open those doors for people. Not to say you trashing them, not to say that you are doing anything that purposely go out your way to stop them from rising, but you're just like, nah, I can't let you get too close to me and what I got going on. You can't ride this wave. And that happens a lot. So when I hear Naomi Campbell talk about her friends being like, nope, you can, we all can go. Like if we coming, we all coming. And I think, it would be dope if more people took that route to things instead of creating like weird competitions or feeling as if though you're jealous of somebody because they may be better than you, so you can't let them get too close. And I don't know, it's a hard thing. It's a very hard thing, that balance. I think it more or less happens a lot more with women, where they don't want to be shown up or by the next woman, so they gatekeep and they'll do things and make it seem as though that person's a bad person. And I go through this a lot. I go through this on Clubhouse, right? I got all these people who think all these things about me, but the problem is you just don't want to be on stage with someone who's just probably smarter than you, right? Probably has more charisma than you, right? And so it most definitely is something that happens in real life, and it's really, really sad, especially within the Black community, because it stops people from working together. A lot of people try to call out Nicki Minaj, and a few years ago, I was talking about how she doesn't put people on. She doesn't, she's not really for girl power. And when you really look at it, though, Nicki Minaj has really been about girl power more than a lot of women that are at the height of their careers and on top, right? If you have to be honest, y'all know I love me some Beyonce down, but at the same time, I don't know Beyonce to be putting on any other R&B girls, right? No, yes, she's done tons of features, but all those features have been features that either positioned her to be in front of a different market, and you talking about Shakira, the Spanish market, right? Or anybody who could be any like direct competition to her in terms of like Black females and the R&B game. I have not seen that, and if I'm wrong, please let me know. But at the same time, am I sitting up here saying that she should or any of that? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a tricky thing. That's all I'm going to say. But like, we all can win. I do think at this point when it comes to R&B and Beyonce, I think, you've won the most Grammys. I do think, for R&B's sake, it would be really dope to see, you do some more features with younger girls. So we don't lose this genre. Like, for real. There's some dope R&B singers out there. More than what we know in terms of outside of SZA and Summer Walker. that really needs some help with being pushed to the forefront. So I think, and even is Lizzo rap or singing? I'm really not sure, but yeah, there's some really dope singers that probably would need that. I know what's her name, Normani's out there really really trying to do her thing, and she's a really dope singer. So like I said, you can share the love at some point. You know what it is. Get to where you need to go and then share the love. And I'm gonna stand on that even with Beyonce. She's gotten to where she need to go. Share the love. For Lola Brooke, I'm not there yet. And I can't knock sis. But I will say Billy B on that fucking song tore that shit up. Billy B did her thing on that song. Like, for real. But then I had to go back because that was like my first introduction to Lola and Billy, so I had to go back and find out, listen to some more Lola and be like, oh, that bitch is spitting. She didn't do that on that song, but she, her other work, and she in the booth with Charlie, Fire in the Booth, that shit was dope. That shit was bananas dope. So yeah, go check that out. But yeah, we gotta do better with supporting each other. Was there anything else? Miss Claudia, so you're in another clip talking, running your mouth. And ain't nothing wrong with it, but we gonna call it what it is. I hate that. I'm almost 50 and I'm above this shit. Nah, girl, you ain't above talking. You out here talking. So, you talking about, where is it at? Where is it at? I will say, though, they are 100% on it, like, clear when they say that, Gabrielle has been extremely transparent about her faults and her wrongs and how she's shown up in life. And really trying to hold herself accountable for that. Where is it? I have another clip where Claudia Jordan is talking about Claudia is talking about
The woman walks up to me and she says, "Can you all please move tables? Stevie Wonder would like to sit here. He wants to sit by the street."
I gotta go. I already know where this is going.
No, and I just said,
One of my friends used to sleep with him.
what? Wait, but I was saying
He
before.
took his glasses off while they were doing it.
Claudia.
Really?
She said he was good. His scent is like he's very sensual.
Please cut me out of this part right here. Edit right here.
So Claudia, this doesn't help. Y'all whole argument that you 50 and you above and you ain't talking about nobody when you really talking about people's tea, girl. Like, come on. Did she say that he seemed like he knew what he was doing? I ain't asked the right questions. Did he seem like he knew where everything was with no problem? Oh my God, Stevie Wonder, they out here telling your tea. Well, you might as well get out here and tell it too, because I seen the video the other day of one of my OGs, Smokey Robinson, and you was like, Smokey, you out here smoking? Smokey was out here smoking. He was smoking them doolies. A little cocaine on it, not crack now, let's be clear. And like Whitney said, rich people ain't doing crack. But he was smoking them mollies and shit, and he was out here. I was like, damn, I don't think I really needed to know. I also don't know if I needed to know about you and Diana Ross. Like, I just been like, damn, niggas ain't been shit since niggas ain't been shit. All right, so let's see a little bit of what people have to say about this. Y'all must not know Stevie Wonder's history. Him and Ray Charles was knocking everything down. Facts. Yeah, Ray Charles was busy out there. And getting high. Oh God. See, the moral here is watch who you tell your business to. Exactly. Cut me out this right here. Cut me out. I love when people share juicy stories. I like, we don't know who the girlfriend is. I mean, she's talking about Stevie Wonder. And he even probably, like, they probably not even, that girl probably don't even talk to him anymore. So it is what it is. It's not a bad story. It's a juicy story. Stevie Wonder's a legend. His business is not to be told. You can Well, that was funny. I know her friend won't trust her after this because why are you telling this girl's business? We don't know who this girl is. Like, this girl may not care. I always got a friend doing something. I'm starting to think she is the friend. Am I a little slow? Because I feel like her answer didn't have anything to do with this question. See, that's that thing. Like, Claudia, you being messy. This isn't the latest bit of entertaining. It's disrespectful. That's not disrespectful. People go too deep. Now she done crossed the line talking about Steve. Was he supposed to leave the glasses on? I can see if he took it off. If he took off his prosthetic leg like the lady in and I'm going to get you, sucker. But glasses are an accessory. I never liked her styles. Her style. Stevie doesn't have to spill anything to be relevant. Apparently, it's constant with you. Yeah, most definitely. I can most definitely see where people are coming from, but it's funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie about it. It is funny. All right, so last story we're gonna end on. Let's talk about. Oh, let's see. So we can do this story. So. No, we're not going to do that. Let's talk about this. I found this so very interesting. If you don't know, I'm a big Shannon Sharpe fan. And I'm a big Chad Ochocinco fan. These are some of the men that I adore, that I think are the bee's knees. I know there's, people like to make it seem like I don't support black men. I do. I support certain black men. And I'm going to stand on that, right? So, Shannon Sharpe is one of those. Chad Ochocinco, Stephen A.
Ladies,
Smith
fellas,
is my
listen to
type.
this. Anytime you meet somebody, what you meet is their representative.
Oh, okay.
Every time.
They send the person out there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. When you
That's
fill out,
how it'll be
when you fill out your resume, you put your best foot forward, don't you?
You dress your best, absolutely.
Oh yeah. It's never the real person. But we went to dinner, first date. I'm in McDonald's. We had to drive through.
Huh?
Yeah.
You did that?
Yes.
And she was cool with that?
Man, listen, she started ordering before I even pulled up to the thing. Let me get oh, this is it.
Okay.
Listen, listen. That was it. Man, sorry, I was in love. I was in love a little too early, but then just
you have to start slow, like, damn, I'm moving too fast. I got to slow this thing down.
Slow down a little bit.
Okay.
Slow down a little bit, because I had to pump my brakes, because I thought about, listen, anytime you meet someone, it is their representative, because you want to put your best foot forward.
Correct.
But they was straightforward, man. This is me. Honestly, the one thing that kind of scared me that she said was when we met was, listen, I don't even need you.
Ooh.
I actually want you. And based on what she had going on in life, she was in a position of power to say stuff like that.
Has a woman ever told you that before?
No. That's scary.
It hit different, didn't it?
Yeah, it hit different. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No. I didn't like it. But I've never heard that before. And the fact to have someone in a position of power in their own right.
And she didn't really need you.
At all. Ladies, fellas, when you listen to this, anytime you meet somebody, what you meet is their representative.
Oh, okay.
Every time.
I love me some Chad. I love me some Shannon. So listen. I think I wrote underneath here. Let me see if my comment is here. I did write a comment. Let me see, because it's important. I think I wrote, oh, here we go. So here goes my comments. I wrote, ladies, who's going to tell him a real life city girl would have ate that McDonald's and waited it out. Take me to Chuck E. Cheese on the first date. You'll eventually want some oxtails. Like, I get what he's trying to say. I think is correct. You most definitely meet someone's representative when you first start dating them. And you most definitely have to pay attention to, like, why somebody's there and whether or not they're there for for the right reasons and all this other stuff. And I agree with him. Like, if this woman was in a position that she's a boss herself and, you know, she got her own shit and she don't necessarily need to look at him for what he got, then that makes sense that, okay, it's McDonald's, it's whatever. Like, I'm not going to be mad. Like, if this date is a bust and I'm still hungry, I'm going to take myself off for sake, right? Like, she has those type of options in her real fucking life outside of you. And that's dope. But what I will say, I'm not necessarily, like, I don't think there's any way that you can overlook the fact that you're Chad Ochocinco, right? Like, if I went out on the first date with Shannon Sharpe and he took me to Chuck E. Cheese, I know this big-ass nigga gonna want to eat something good later on or something like that. Like, you know who people are in, like, real fucking life, right? So, I know Chad like to big up his McDonald's. I know Chad, I think he said he owned like 3 of them. He has franchises and shit like that. But also, I'll be catching Chad posting, great ass West Indian restaurants and food and eating real good in other places though too. So if it's me and Shannon took me to McDonald's on the first date, I know eventually we gonna get to Prime, eventually in all those other places. That's the game. You gonna wait that shit out. This Shannon motherfucking Sharpe. What is he talking about? Like, for real, what is he talking about? You gonna lay in them bushes and eat that fucking McDonald's on that first date and you gonna shut the fuck up and wait for Prime and everything else to come later on. I'm being completely honest though. As much as I'm being funny and laughing and shit like that, no, that's real talk. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we know who you are in real life. I don't know. That's just weird. But let's see what they said in the comments. What does my co-host have to say? You did that, laughing, because she already know he had money. Exactly, fellas. This is not gonna work out the way y'all think it will. Exactly. Like, for real. Don't be no regular ass nigga around this motherfucking way taking me to McDonald's. Like, it's not gonna work out. You're not gonna have the same Chad Ochocinco outcome. You're gonna be really disappointed. I'm gonna eat that fucking McDonald's and I'm probably just gonna block you. Like, for real, because I need to get home safely. So I'm not going to cuss you out or say nothing derogatory or anything like that, right? Safety's first, right? But just now, when I get on this mic and I tell these stories about awful dates, that you going to be in that awful date story because you's a regular ass nigga that took me to fucking McDonald's. Like, listen, yes. There's not the same outcome. Like, weird. Told my sons to take a young lady on a simple date. Whatever. Do not spend a lot of money. Get them in their natural state. Their behavior towards this will tell you a lot. Depends on the age of your sons, right? Like, if you're, walking your sons through dating at around 15, 16 years old, I think that most definitely is adequate type of advice to give young boys, right? Like, you don't want your young sons to be spending their money on girls and just, tricking in that type of way. Or even think that's like, or even them dating girls who want to have, want money spent on them. Like, you don't even want that, like, to be in, like, the wheelhouse of, like, what he's learning. So, no, I get that, depending on the age. So, I like this comment. So, this person says, she knew Chad had money, so a first date to McDonald's is not a big deal. Facts. And this is a man. In today's world, most females are not trying to get married to date that takes them to McDonald's on the first date. Facts. Let's all be honest and stop trying to say the right things to get likes. It is what it is. People see money nowadays by what they see on TV and social media from other people and entertainers. If a female have money, she's going to try and get someone on her level who got money. Exactly. Like, I don't know. I've always felt like he was really overly impressed with that, but at the same time, he kind of answers his own question. She got her own, so like, and you are who you are, right? Like, you're not like a scram ass nigga bringing nothing to the table. Like, that's weird. Financially stable women actually have different standards and find interest in a man for who they are and not their value. Don't get me wrong, you want a man who has his finances in order, but social media has set some weird standards in current society while dating. Exactly, I agree with that. Do that as a regular nigga, you're not going on a second date. Facts. And a real one going to respect it and have a good time. Facts. A woman should always have her own. Yours is extra. She has her own money and successful on her own. She's a real estate mogul. She's probably owns a few McDonald's. Warning, do not try this at home. All All right, y'all. So that's all I'm gonna leave it at with this. I like, yeah, don't try that at home. Don't take me on the first date unless you one of these men, and like that's just don't even make any damn sense. And also, like, even when like just being realistic, right, and dating on like what my level is, like taking me to McDonald's does not show that you put thought into our date, right? Like, and that's the most important thing for me. Like, I'm gonna want to feel as if though, oh my god, you really thought about this. You know, maybe you took me to your favorite place. I think that's super cute. I like interactive dates. Like, for me, I like things like a David Buster. There's this lawn on the D that in our city, I wouldn't mind like something like that as a first date. If it's a nice, warm day, just like, going to lawn on the D, walking around, hitting a bar, getting a drink and talking while playing like games and stuff like that. Like, I'm totally into that type of stuff, right? But yeah, at least it shows me that like you had a plan and it wasn't just fucking McDonald's. Like, what? Not reading no paragraphs, that's crazy. Yeah, she knew you was rich already. She said, yeah, she knew you was rich already. I'd be like, yeah, let me get another 10-piece nugget with a large sweet tea too. Exactly. Like, I don't know. Chad, I love you, but for real. Fellas, do not try this. You are not Ocho Cinco. You will never see that woman again, which is, to be honest, ain't even, I guess he was trying to say, even a bad thing, really. Laughing my ass off, fellas. This is a good test to go to the drive-thru, see her reaction. If she good, she's gonna order. If the attitude comes out, she's not for you. I'm gonna order me a 10-piece with the apple pie and smoothie. If I'm feeling fat, add the double with mac sauce. I gotta get that mac sauce on that. That's been like something we've been doing forever. Yo, back in the day when it was really 99 cents double cheeseburgers on the menu. Listen, hold that, the pickles and the onions. Give me a double, nothing on it except mac sauce. Yes. Double cheeseburger with mac sauce. That was it. So it's dope to see that they do that now on the quarter pounder. But yeah, that's all I got. Y'all be blessed out there. Y'all be bougie as F. Y'all be black as F. Y'all be posh as F. And y'all be black, y'all. And I am out. Bye. Kisses.